There we go. How you doing?
Hey, hey,
Thank you for joining us tonight.
hey, thanks for having me. This has been
Absolutely.
good. I've been watching for quite some time, all these wonderful people. I brag a lot, we brag different. I brag a lot about FAMU, but today, man, like it was so many talented people that you are highlighting, like from the guys with the tech stuff, the pitching,
Mm.
Nick email, because we got some pictures coming up to my man traveling. I need that Hawaii info.
Oh, Chubby Diaries. That's Jeff Jenkins.
My man Jeff, I need that Hawaii info. And just everybody that's gone today, Yawande, school with Yawande. And yeah, man. You got the boys Bam and Prince. Yeah, it is a reunion.
And again, social capital seems like, hey, let me just make this call. You want to come to FAMU house? But yeah, so and that's the beautiful part about it is that was my idea to build the house and let it shape itself. And that's exactly what happened here today. And I'm just so proud and so full. And you are actually the last alumni spotlight that we have tonight. So again, no pressure. I know you're gonna knock it out the park. And then after you go, everyone, we will have Miss Sharon come up and chat with us. So, oh my gosh, Sharon will come up and chat with us. She is the membership chair for the National Alumni Association. And so she wants to talk to you guys. She has a panel discussion. And after that, it's grown folks night. So I hope that you will stay on and get a little juke going on with us and round out this FAMU house. And also, Mr. Jimmy, I want to see you next year on site, on ground in Austin, Texas. So with that, take it away.
Believe that. All right. Once again, I'm Jimmie Thomas. I'm the principal of Curators of Hip Hop and the Media Rhythm Institute. I'm not even going to talk about my experience at FAMU because it was amazing. And Natrice Miller did a great job talking about J School. I will say one thing, and this is very important. What she said about convergence is what I use in order to move forward in my life. And that's how I've been able to do everything that I have been able to do up to this point. I brought some friends with me today. I'm just jump right into it. Oh, also shout out to Melissa and those guys at Dungeon. That hat sort of fly. I had to get that as soon as I seen it. All right. So once again, I'm a filmmaker, I'm an educator. Moved up here to Baltimore. I'm from Tallahassee. We did our first documentary, me and my business partner, Jermaine Fletcher. We followed two artists for 6.5 years to show the grind that it takes in order to make it in the industry. So 6.5 years until one of the artists got signed. I'm gonna start here. Those artists is Pre from Hawaii and Logic from Maryland. I don't know if you know Logic.
Interesting. Yes.
I don't know if you know
Interesting.
Logic, but
Yesterday I was on.
he is Def Jam's highest grossing artist for the past 3 years. When we met him, he was about to move into the basement. So he's gonna talk a little bit about that now. Like Latrice, we love music.
Interesting. Yesterday I was on Instagram.
For the first time ever in person at the BET Cypher, which was crazy.
Right.
And it was super fun.
Right.
But before that, so there's currently a documentary out called the Curators of Hip Hop, and it's insane because back when I was even before I was living with my homie Lenny. These guys approached me and was like, yo, we want to do this. We want to do this documentary. And I'm like, okay, all right, okay. I'm like, because I was like a nobody, I guess. I'm like, why would you want to do this with me? And I guess maybe they just saw potential or they saw something there that was different. So I was like, okay, let's do it. So over the course of like years, they would interview me at different parts of my life, all the way up until literally like this moment, which is insane. So it's out right now. It's me, Matt, G1, Pre, like all these different artists, that kind of some underground, some blossoming, some that just all aspects of hip hop. And it's like I said, it's called the Curators of Hip Hop. That's how I really discovered D1.
Wow.
All right. With that, we went to several different film festivals, had a great time. But, upon graduating from FAMU, we also did another thing. We did the Media Sales Institute. Jermaine and I did that because we wanted to learn how to make money from this craft. There's no need in going to school without learning how to make money. That's what you're in school for. So we wanted to learn how to make money from that. we did cold calls to colleges with the documentary, and we did activations. We did 4 different things. We would do symposiums, we would do a screening, we would do a Q&A. We also had them to do a community event because, like she said earlier, Ms. Jones made us do community events, do community engagement while we were in school, and it was important for us to have these colleges to do the same thing. So here is a quick snippet of some of the schools that we went to, some of the highlights. And once again, these people paid us to come out there from an idea that we made. All right, and after that, we were blessed with the opportunity to have partnerships with Jack Daniels, just a whole bunch of Amtrak, a whole bunch of different brands who saw we were already moving and getting into these colleges, and they want to be in front of students, right? So we did some tours with them, we did some activations with them. All of this stuff is just, it came from an idea. It came from us just being around positive people, wanting to push out positive music, wanting to, connect with positive people. One thing I would like to say about the tours that we went on, it was important for us to do community engagement. I'm from Tallahassee, and when I went to FAMU, I realized like it was a whole different community, right? Like they call people from Tallahassee locals, but everybody local somewhere. When I went to FAMU, I really realized like it was a whole community of young people who thought differently, who would have a huge impact if they really went into the community and divested some time or give some time to the community. So that's why we made these colleges do these events. So with that said, Jermaine and I always wanted to create a youth initiative. So one time on tour, we took Mr. Murray, who is also called Deverick. He's a poet, he's an artist, and we took him to, let me unshare here, let me stop this share. We took him to 8 colleges within, hold on, why am I seeing that? All right, we took him to 8 colleges within 7 months. And on that tour, we decided, he already had a youth initiative where he teaches young kids how to write rhymes and music and audio engineering and things like that. And I taught in the schools as a side hustle kids how to do what we do as journalism professionals. And that was good. So Mr. Murray and I got together and we decided to create the Media Rhythm Institute. So with that said, I want to introduce Mr. Deverick Murray, who's my director of programming, my business partner of the Media Rhythm Institute.
Media Rhythm Institute, the main means of mass communication, showcasing a harmonious sequence or correlation from this organization of education, directors, entertainers, producers, journalists, writers, entrepreneurs, moguls of the futures. We create winners. We set positive examples to paths to achievable goals. We teach artists to teach and give them sustainable roles. We spend thousands of passionate hours mastering ours. We propel you to greatness. We believe in the faces that others have forsaken, developing a workforce to push forth the industry, because we understand that what you can be is determined by opportunity. We create winners. My name is Deverick Murray, and I'm the Director of Programming of the Media Rhythm Institute. And today, we have some of those winners here with us today. I'd like to first introduce to you Miss Tanasia Summers. Tanasia is an 8th grader at Lakeland Elementary Middle School. Her short film, Chop, has won the American University Eco Comedy Film Festival and has been selected for 4 other festivals. Mr. Thomas, if you don't mind, let's give the people a snippet of her work before we ask her some questions.
In American University to support this year's Eco Comedy Video Competition, CHOP, created by the scholars from the Media Rhythm Institute, educates residents in the greater metropolitan Baltimore, Washington region about health risks associated with poor air quality and the impacts everyday actions have on our environment. Congratulations.
I swear I can't breathe with all the smoke in the air. Don't kill the bees, don't kill the bees. Don't limit their power, cause they pollinate our flowers. We from Baltimore.
We right by the bay, all the trash on the ground goes down the drain, not even knowing that we leaving our fishes floating. Other sea animals choking. Clean air,
Clean water, Baltimore, we not hopeless.
So, Tanasia, if you don't mind, please share with us your process or the process that you went through creating this project.
The process honestly just started with a bunch of people in a room brainstorming, and then, we took action and we began to make the song, and me and all my collaborators, we all put in the work to make it. And then, my favorite part was really going out into the field and, filming it, being ourselves, creating it. And then, it was just really beautiful seeing all the ideas that just started from scratch to come out and to really come out and be alive. And I think it was worth it for me to, it was fun and exciting. It was new. And it was something that I don't think you can experience anywhere else.
So, like, what were your expectations coming into MRI, Tanasia?
Well, honestly, coming into MRI, I thought it was just going to be, making a few songs, hanging out with friends, and, probably going to high school and leaving. But that's not the case for me, honestly. And I think that MRI has prepared me for high school in so many ways. Like, it's given me the confidence to do things I would never think of doing and building a great work ethic for me for high school. And I think it's going to pay off a lot. And honestly, I think MRI is like a family to me that I can never forget. And it's just so many life lessons that have been taught to me. And I'm so grateful.
So as you can hear, everything I learned at FAMU, where we talking about family, I took that same model, put it into MRI. Like, we service over 1,500 kids in Baltimore City. Tanasia is one of our brightest scholars. She about to go to Western. If you know anything about Baltimore, Western is a very hard school to get into. It's an all-girls school. She's very bright. She's in advanced classes, and this is a way for her to express herself. This is a way for all the kids to express themselves, because not everybody likes being in front of the camera. If you saw the video of Curators of Hip Hop, you rarely, if at all, see me in front of the camera. You know, if you know me, you know, like I ain't friendly like that. I love kids though, you know, but I like being behind the camera. That's just what I do. So with that said, oh, also, Mr. Murray, can you put the name of the album in the chat for the people? So the album, so the mixtape just dropped last week. If you want any of the music, the mixtape just dropped. You can go on any streaming platforms and listen to that. We also got another friend here today. This next friend, Mr. Murray, would you like to introduce him?
Absolutely would. We next up have Deverick Murray. Deverick is a junior at Dunbar High School who is also a music producer who has produced over 20 songs for MRI and other artists in Baltimore City. He has used his newly found skill to network with many industry giants. Please check out some of Deverick's relationships and some of the work that he's done to do.
Oh, he made this beat too.
Ooh, that light is hard. You know where I'm from now. That go downtown. The bikes out, so I get to the sun down. That go downtown. And you know I'ma rap it all day, yeah. No play, yeah. And you know I'ma rap it all day, yeah. No play, yeah. Rap with Barkley, you already know. Legend school is born now. Every day I go to the stage and yeah, I rock the show. I like MRI, that's where I get my flow. Yeah, I'm hot, just like when you turn on the stove. We going fast, it ain't no going slow. Just rock the mic, now I pass it to my bro. Yeah, I said I pass it to my bro. I run the family, so I gotta put them on, yeah. Sitting at that time, now I'm sitting on the throne, yeah. Woke up in class, now it's time to make a beat, yeah. When it's time to rap, now I'm coming with the heat, yeah. Put up some stage, and you know it's time to perform. MRI in the building, right across the storm. Trying to make a move, but the city really torn. Gotta keep on working to reach my perfect form. That go downtown. The bikes out, so I get to the sun down. That go downtown. And you know I'ma rap it all day, yeah. Don't play, yeah. And you know I'ma rap it all day, yeah. Don't play, yeah. MRI, you know we rapping. Stand tall, yeah, we never be stressing. Thank God, we count all our blessings. Hit the booth, we never be resting. I don't sleep, I get up on my feet. MRI, you know we roll deep. Grinding, getting to the money from a peak. When we make music, it always hit the streets. Yeah, I hit the avenue. Yeah, that's what grinders do. Getting to the paper, yeah, I never chase the later. No, chasing the bag, I don't care about you haters. Chasing the bag, I don't care about you haters. My name is Kaya and I made the beat the best I can be. And I'm around spitting balls so that my mind can be free. I'm from the family of the COHH, and I'm rap them so well. Won't fall into statistics, my composite score on Excel. And since we talking about Excel, I'ma rise to the top. I'm going higher and higher, and I'm not gonna stop until infinity and probably even higher than that. Don't believe me, ask around me, cause I'm just spinning back. That go downtown. The bikes out, so I get to the sun down. That go downtown.
So, Deverick, after watching that and going back down memory lane, I just would ask you, how have the opportunities that you've had with MRI shaped your future?
The opportunities I had with this program are amazing. I mean, I joined in 7th grade, and me being able to see all the different aspects of how to grow in the music business, in the industry, how to network, how to get project my skills into different sets. Like I can know how to work with a camera, I can rap, I can write poetry, and just being able to develop certain skills in one program was amazing for me, personally.
So Deverick, man, you know, you've been with us for a while, since you was in the 6th grade, and y'all Rattlers, I know y'all saw football team, Willie Simmons. Like when FAMU came up here to smash on Morgan State last year, they had hit us up. Carmen Cummins called me and was like, hey, we want to come to one of the schools you at, no problem. you know, because we got good relationships. They came to Lakeland, man. It was a great time, you know. Derek was able to produce for the players. He made a song with the players. One of the guys that was in there, you didn't see him. They were in the suit. His back was turned, but that was the mayor, current Mayor Scott. Then he was sitting at the table with the CEO of Baltimore City Public Schools. Everything that we do in this program is in order to enrich, also give them leadership skills. Now, just imagine if, you know, DJ Bam started DJing in the 6th grade, you know, like, imagine what he would be doing now, or everybody else on here. If you started what you're doing right now in the 6th grade, where you would be right now, instead of having to figure it out a little later in life. We're trying to start that pipeline early. And you see, lean back there, showing what that shirt look like, boy. Boy, that rattler look good on him. Look good on him. We trying to get a pipeline into FAMU because it's about creating family. Baltimore is a real tough city. I seen somebody say that's a bop. It is. I had to get away from Tallahassee. I'm from there, you know. I had to get away, you know, from there in order to grow as a man and as a person. I was able to use my skills and my relationships with curators of hip hop in order to do what we're doing with the youth. So, Derek, what would you tell someone who may want to join MRI, or, you know, who want to support MRI? Because we are, you know, in this internet age now, we partner with Aisha. Aisha went on earlier with the Hue Collective, and Aisha taught editing. I don't like editing, so that's why I was like, Miss Natrice, let me holler at you. But Aisha taught editing. We do all the other stuff. Derek, what would you tell somebody who maybe want to join MRI or support it?
My message to anybody that even thinks about joining the program is that you should do it, because being of a certain way, or the people look at you a certain way, and me just having the skills and me being able to come on a meeting like this and say what I've done for my city, and I've met the main things as such, is just so much more. Like, it broadened my palette so much more, just to be like being those different scenes with those different people like Mr. Murray and Mr. Thomas. I've known them for about 5 years. I let them like my fathers and uncles. Just building that family oriented program, and just having that family relationship with people that you can just meet and progress with, and just learning so much different stuff. And if you want to support donations, anything, they'll be gladly taking this. Thank you. We need as much as we can.
We definitely appreciate being invited to come out to speak today. Jimmie tells me all the time about the love and the respect that happens at FAMU. I appreciate it. I know that the scholars that we have appreciate it. Anybody can take time. Anyone, I heard that we had DJs, multiple different people who are doing different types of art, people who are marketers. We would always love to have your time to be able to talk to these young people, or come in and do a specialty class to come and teach. Also, we can drop in the chat our information to our PayPal or our Cash App, whatever it is that is needed, because we always love support to help more young people. And we really appreciate your time. And right now, with the few minutes that we have left, we'd like to definitely open it up for any questions that anybody have about any part of it, especially while we have the young people on.
So yeah, any questions?
So first question, as someone who works with young adults, when you have someone that age talking about broadening their palette, you're doing transformational work. I guess that was more of a comment. We definitely appreciate that. And, you know, one of the things that I understand, because I definitely watched some of this interview, some of the different presentations that happened today, is that there is a way of life at FAMU. And one of the best things about being able to do this presentation is Jimmie really being able to bring that lifestyle and that mentality to our program and to our young people. So Jimmie, if you would like to speak on that, please feel free. Also, if either Tanasia or Derek, if you would like to speak on that, please do so as well.
Nah, man, I think you said that pretty good, man. I definitely want to thank Georgia Dawkins, Elise Madison, Ashley Smith, for coming and speaking to our kids. Somebody put in there Rico Love. He had a music conference in Baltimore, hit him up. He was like, yeah, where it's at? I told him, you know, he obviously didn't know about South Baltimore. He still came, you know, dripped up, and we had a great time. You know, that's what it's about. So, yes, Miss Jones.
I am just totally blown away. Like every single alumni has just blown my mind. But you guys, like I don't want to get emotional, so I won't, but I just see the power coming from this program and it being applicable like right now. And I love you scholars. You guys are amazing. And I love your art and you are going to go so far. And I'm happy that, you know, you may potentially come to FAMU if we left a good impression on you. So God bless you. And I hope that you guys have so much success. And Jimmie, again, just thank you so much for this platform and having that passion, because that has also been a thread as well. Just being passionate about something and being able to push through, because it's not easy being an entrepreneur. And it's probably definitely not easy, you know, with kids and all this stuff that we just have to do. But having that passion helps drive you. And also the passion for FAMU is the thread that we have here. So I am just so overjoyed and so excited about what you're doing. And I just couldn't be happier with your presentation. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. Did anyone else have any questions? Or oh yes, please plug yourself and how we can support you and all that stuff.
I just got most of it in the chat, but we have a link tree where you can read some articles about us. You can get to our website for that donate button. You can also buy the album where we have the greatest hits of different young people from all over Baltimore City. We all put a project out of the work we've done over the years. Our social media at MRI Programs. And Ms. Jones, we thank you very much for working extremely hard to help us have the opportunity to come here. Much respect.
Thank you. And again, I'm saying to everyone, hopefully we'll see you next year on site, on ground in South by Southwest. So I appreciate you guys. Oh, wait, I think someone has another.
I don't know.
Derek, who got the best chicken box in Baltimore, Derek?
Who got that chicken box? That's what they asked. Who got it?
If you want a chicken box in Baltimore City, you gotta get it from South Baltimore. Either YG's, Chicken Shack, Cherry Hill chicken boxes. You gotta get one of them.
Hey, mama.
Y'all heard it first.